All right, you made it back and still with us for more Explore Tulsa.
One of the great things about doing Explore Tulsa is learning about all the fun things there is to do around town.
But when it comes to all the real fun in Broken Arrow, the lady in the know runs the BA Buzz.
So Deborah means worker bee. And so I've always been fond of bees, and obviously God has a sense of humor because I feel like I have 25 jobs, so quite the worker bee. My dad actually worked for American Airlines, and my mom was a hairstylist, and so she had a salon here in Broken Arrow for, gosh, probably 20-something years. I actually went to Central on Main, which is where the chamber offices are and the education center is now. So back then, you know, we'd get out of school and we could walk right down to Petrick's Drug and get my favorite marshmallow Dr. Pepper, which now Tasty Treat on Main Street has the same thing, but I get the diet version because I'm an adult, so that matters. That's what I remember growing up here is after school going down to Main Street and going to the Five and Dime store, going to Ben Franklin's, and then parents coming to pick you up for practices or whatever, but we just kind of roamed around. And what's funny is that I feel like it still has that same small town feel that we had 30 years ago, but of course we're approaching 110,000 people. I still think people their kids are free to, run up and down Main Street and, run in out of the chocolate shop or whatever, but that's what I remember growing up here. My husband and I both graduated together in 1990 from Broken Arrow. I've owned a retail store here on Main Street before it was the Rose District. I used to be where the old Smitty's building was, and it's the bicycle shop now. Such an awesome old building. So that was interesting times. It was when no one really went to Main Street. I would say when the Main Street Tavern came in, that was another catalyst to people coming down to Main Street and spending time there. But it was still kind of one of those places that you just kind of went to Main Street if you were going to the post office. You didn't necessarily come down there. Even though there were darling shops, there were lots of things that you could do down there. It had just kind of died away and people just didn't really spend a lot of time there. So I was there for 4 years before I sold, and then that's when I started the BA Buzz, which is a social site and marketing company for Broken Arrow. At the time I was a chamber ambassador, and I think I was on the Salvation Army advisory board at the time, and then I was a Rotarian. So I happened to be at everything that was going on in Broken Arrow, and so then I would just share that with everyone. And so the page has kind of grown organically to be that place that you go and you find out what's going on. And I get random messages like, do you know where I find this in Broken Arrow? And I just happen to know, or I know the person to ask if I don't know. So it's just, started like becoming almost like that Angie's List of Broken Arrow, but it's kind of grown organically through just me being wherever all the time. So the city council election is coming up April 4th. We are on a countdown actually, and it's been fun. I've been door knocking, and kind of what I do on a daily basis anyway is just meet with people. That's what I do. I'm going to networking events, or I constantly have people that just call and say, hey, I want to discuss this with you, or what do you think about this? So it all plays well together, and I want to make sure that people see me as someone they can talk to and they can come to, and I will do my best to connect them with the right person or find out the right answer or try to solve the issue that they have. It's not about politics to me, it's about relationships. So that's my whole goal, is to continue creating community, which is what I've been about all along. So.